All right, welcome back to Impossible Versus Matches, the podcast where we take characters from all across pop culture and make them cross over even though they may have nothing to do with each other. Then we improvise some sort of situation that they'd come together, get pissed off at each other, and fight. Joining with me is my good friend Jayson. Jayson, say hello.
Hello, everyone. It's me, J to the A to the Y, S-O-N Brown, coming at you. How y'all doing?
If you don't know the show by now, you should know the show by now. This is episode 34. You gotta get on this.
Gotta get on.
If this is your first episode you're watching, watch the rest. You can do it while you're doing the dishes, while you're cleaning, while you're on a date, and it's not a very good date. You can listen to the show anytime.
When you're at your uncle's funeral.
Share with your friend. Yeah, maybe you didn't like your uncle that much.
I was gonna say, if you're too sad to listen to this, but okay, yeah, sure, let's go with that. Let's go with that. When you're at church camp.
When you're at your brother's wedding.
Okay, let's.
But yep, you already know the drill. Jason's got a list of characters. I got a list of characters. We're going to spin our randomizer wheels and figure out who is coming together in some sort of versus match. And just like the last episode, I'm introducing a dynamic where Jason and I are going to rock, paper, scissors before we spin the wheel. And whoever wins, that character has to be the instigator of this crossover. So, Jason, of course, you are the guest. So, do you want to go first, or would you like me to go first?
I'll go first.
You'll go first? Okay, well, let's rock, paper, scissors it out. Now, you can't see this because it's a podcast, but rock, paper, scissors. All right, so Jayson wins, which means that the character he spins is going to be the instigator of this scenario. So go ahead and spin your wheel then. See who is starting a fight. Ooh, got some sound effects going on. Who's it going to be? Oh, right on the line.
The Vulture.
The Vulture, another Spider-Man villain, because why not?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's a villain, so him instigating probably makes sense. Let's see who I've got. I don't want to use him yet, so I'm respinning. That's the hard part of this show, is that the more characters you use...
It almost got on another Kingdom Hearts character, and I really wanted this particular character.
I don't want any more Kingdom Hearts, not after last time.
Oh my gosh. Next time, it's just going to be nothing but Kingdom Hearts characters.
Alright. Now, I do not know if these characters have crossed over before, because they are both from comics.
Okay.
Now, we typically don't do Marvel versus DC.
Yeah.
But this would be Marvel versus Dark Horse. I got The Mask.
Ooh, oh no, that's actually perfect.
So is that impossible enough for you though, or should I go again?
It's not possible because
because it is comics versus comics.
It is comics and comics cross over all the time.
Yeah, and usually
there's a Batman Ninja Turtle comic.
Yes, there is. I don't know who runs Ninja Turtles.
Well, IDW has the rights to it.
But. I mean, going by, like, the rules, we don't do, like, Marvel versus DC or things that are talked about a lot. So, like, Marvel versus Dark Horse?
Well, maybe I should spin again.
You want to keep the Mask?
I do want to keep the Mask, because the Mask is interesting.
Okay, well, let's get you a new
Vulture's
instigator.
pretty one note. So.
All right, well, let's get you a new instigator. Hope it's not Kingdom Hearts. I bet it's Kingdom Hearts.
It landed on Vulture again, but I'm going to go Roxas. I'm gonna go Roxas. Listen, look, for one thing, you need to capitalize on the Kingdom Hearts fandom, okay? Because that's what's gonna get you the views. All right, these Kingdom Hearts fans, right? When they see that pretty boy Roxas picture on any YouTube video, they just go, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta capitalize on that, man. You gotta capitalize. So anyway, Roxas versus the Mask.
Okay. Well, they won't cross over.
Exactly.
All right, but Roxas has to be the instigator in this scenario.
Oh, yeah.
So go ahead, for the sake of the audience, tell us a little bit. And after the last episode, I have to reiterate a little bit about Roxas.
Okay, it is a little bit.
Don't tell me the whole plot of Kingdom Hearts.
I'm not telling you.
35 and an eighth. Platform 9 3/4. Dark Knight Rises.
Stop. Okay.
Empire Strikes Back.
So, Roxas lives in a place called Twilight Town, where it's twilight all the time. Okay? And he skateboards and hangs out with his friends. Also, he's a former member of Organization 13. Also, he's a Keyblade wielder. Also, he's the nobody of Sora. So there you go.
Okay.
There,
Good.
That's everything. That's everything about him, and he's the best boy.
All right, so he's kind of angsty and has a skateboard.
No, he's not. He's not
Okay.
angsty though. Roxas isn't.
So he's
angsty.
upbeat and has a skateboard, but
He's a
hangs
bit
out in
upbeat.
a
He's
kind
not super
of
upbeat, but he's upbeat.
but hangs out in maybe a kind of angsty town.
No, it's pretty cool and chill. Actually, there's a restaurant ran by Scrooge McDuck that Ratatouille cooks food in. So
Oh, isn't that fun?
yeah, it is. It actually is pretty fun.
All right, all right.
So I thought that was pretty cool. Like I would actually live there.
Okay. So he's going against the Mask.
Yeah,
Now-
the mask is
Now, for those of you who don't know, the Mask is, well, a literal mask.
great. A literal.
Yes, but when you put it on, you become like an embodiment of all of your most, your wackiest desires or whatever.
Mhm.
Now, most people know the Mask from the Jim Carrey movie or the even less than bad
Yeah.
Son of the Mask, where Jim
Starring
Carrey
Jamie
puts on
Kennedy, like
where-
the Jamie Kennedy. Sorry. Y'all
where
remember Jamie Kennedy, right? Y'all remember Malibu's Most Wanted, right? Remember that movie? Malibu's Most Wanted. You've never seen Malibu's Most Wanted.
no,
I'll show you.
I don't know.
later.
I don't even know what it
I'm
is.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'll
But,
show it to you later. You are gonna love it.
But the Jim Carrey movie, his character Stanley Ipkiss puts on the mask and becomes basically a cartoon character.
Yes.
Can do anything. Now the Mask is a lot more innocent in the family-friendly The Mask movie adaptation.
no,
But
the
if you go into
comic-
comics, it is
Yeah.
absolute. It is disgusting.
It's almost a horror movie.
It is. The Mask is almost a cold-blooded killer. Really.
It's almost a horror movie.
Yeah.
If they did it in a different way, it would have been a horror movie.
Basically a comic book character that is so incredibly unstable,
Yes.
but can also do anything. The rules of logic do not apply to
Yeah.
the Mask. So, the Mask is pretty much one of the most OP comic book characters.
I mean, he is.
ever.
Yes.
But, for you vanilla folks out there,
Vanilla.
think Deadpool, except way cooler.
If
or
if Daffy Duck was Deadpool.
Yeah. And, wasn't overrated.
Are you talking about Deadpool?
I'm talking about Deadpool, yeah.
Oh yeah. Deadpool's been over. That's why
Yeah.
no one cares about Deadpool anymore.
But, yeah, so basically a character where the laws of any sort of logic do not apply.
Mhm.
So, I guess if Deadpool met Who Framed Roger Rabbit,
Yeah.
and you got the Mask, and also made them a fucking psychopath.
Right.
Versus Kingdom Hearts!
Versus Roxas, or
Roxas!
who is Sora's nobody.
Yep.
That's why, because his name is Sora, but with an X, and the letters are moved around because he's part of Organization 13, but he's not
Yep.
part of Organization 13.
Do know that the scenario Jason is about to describe is actually the leaked plot from Kingdom Hearts 4000 BC AD After Death. Empire Strikes Back 2.78.
All right, so the thing that instigates the fight, right,
Okay.
is that
How do they come together?
oh yes, because Roxas instigates it, right?
Yeah.
So Yin Sid, the wizard,
Mm-hmm.
comes to Roxas and is like, Roxas, I have an assignment for you. Only you can handle it because you are one of the most powerful Keyblade wielders out there. Even more than Sora, even though you're his clone, technically. But anyway, Yin Sid is like, you have to retrieve the stolen item from one of these, one of the servants of, darkness, basically. And he's like, okay, cool, yeah, I'm down. And he's like, cool. So he puts him in a gummy ship and he goes into what was Mass set in New York? Yeah, New York City. It wasn't New York City.
It's wherever
was
you
Los
need it to
Angeles.
be. Yeah, I think it's LA.
It is LA. Yeah,
because
in
they
LA.
got the Golden Gate.
Yeah. So he's in LA. He's in California during the 90s,
Yeah.
Right. So he's walking around searching around, and people think he's like weirdly dressed, but think about it though, it's like LA and at that time, so you think that he's just some punk rock kid.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's skateboarding, he's in the local scene. There's a cool like little skateboarding thing he gives with the youth. He's
says no to drugs.
Yeah, says no to drugs because now rocks don't do drugs. But then of course he finds like he has like a little locator.
Yeah.
And plus Jiminy Cricket's with him because Jiminy Cricket helps out. He's in Jiminy Cricket.
Okay.
He's police part.
Yeah, sure.
So Jiminy Cricket is like, oh Roxas. I think there's a disturbance. There's a disturbance
in the force.
The mask is murdering to and fro.
Jesus Christ. He just speaks in lyrics.
And Ross like, all right, I'm ready. So he has this double keyblade because that's why he's cool. He has two keyblades. Keyblades. He has double keyblades. So he's running around, right? And then of course we see the mask doing the mask stuff. He's hitting on women. Da, 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 da.
He is Cuban Pete.
Yes. He is just being like the craziest right now, and it looks like he has like an amulet, right? That's increasing his power, and it's sort of making him even more evil because like the mask isn't evil inherently, but it's like there's like a piece of it. There's like
I think it might be a little bit.
Yeah, but like he's not like maliciously. I am evil. I am a monster.
It depends on who's wearing it and what they want.
That's true. That's true. But that character in particular, like he's not a murderous. Like he's not Venom.
Okay.
That's what I mean. And but this amulet is making him sort of venomous, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he sees Roxas and he's just like, oh yeah, that other weird anime looking guy. He told me that there would be like some teenage anime boy with like these two huge keys for some reason after me. I don't know what you are, kid. To be honest, you like some geeky cosplayer, but like whatever. I don't care. Mm-hmm. Come over here, get it. And the massive mocks Roxas with just morphing into his own, like, imagine a Final Fantasy version of the mask. So like he basically becomes like Cloud Strife.
Jesus
where
Christ.
He's like, it's this, he makes spiky hair, he makes the giant sword and all that stuff. He's playing along with it.
Yeah.
And Roxas is like, I'm gonna turn your darkness into light, because that's what they do. And so they get an awesome fight. Awesome boss battle.
Yeah. It's gonna have cartoony physics.
Oh yes,
as
of
well.
course.
He's gonna have like that big like cloud sword, but it's gonna stretch.
Stretch even more, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Oh yeah, that's totally.
Like, it's just gonna be absolute insanity. The mask is gonna win.
Yes.
Now I thought the artifact that you were talking about was just gonna be he needs to go and get the mask.
I needed a reason for them to actually fight, and like a thing that increases the mask power to make destruction.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I don't want to imagine the mask with increased power.
Exactly. That's why Yin Sid, got the Roxas.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Roxas ain't coming back from that. I hope you know that.
Well, hey, he's already died like once before, so he does come back a lot. He's pretty immortal.
I think the mask can break through the fourth wall and stop people from writing him back to coming back alive. That's the kind of ridiculous power we're dealing with here.
True.
But let's move on to the next one.
Okay.
Let's find out who's going to be the instigator of my scenario. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, that means it's going to be your character again. Great. Jayson chose rock. I chose scissors. A rookie mistake, as that was the last round as well. But go ahead. Who's my instigator?
Okay.
Is it a Kingdom Hearts character again?
No, it's not. It's Electro.
Your list is comprised only of Spider-Man villains and Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, exactly. I told you that.
All right. So, Electro, easy to make him an instigator because he's a villain.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Electro is like one of the ones that is most likely to just be a dick.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah. But he's going against Butters from South Park.
Great. That's great. Okay. That's great. Oh, yeah, so you're making it.
Yeah, alright,
Because
so...
I already thought of it.
Yeah, I mean...
It has... You already know. You know what it has to be.
I know who has to come out.
You know
Yeah,
what it has to be.
I know what has to happen, but...
That could actually happen on a real episode of South Park.
Yeah, you know what, it may have. But, I mean, Electro is just a dick.
He's just a dickhead.
Yeah, so...
His comic origins, even like his original comic origins, so stupid. He was an electrician.
Oh yeah, we got to do the breakdown. Yeah.
Yes, Electro. Yeah, I know you saw him in Spider-Man 2 with Jamie Foxx and all that stuff. He fell into a thing of eels and he became Electro. That is pretty stupid. But the original one is even stupider. And you know that like Stan Lee was just sick of creating like different villains for Spider-Man to fight. He literally was an electrician that was working on a telephone pole and got hit by some lightning and got electric powers.
I mean, dumber shit has happened in comics.
That's true.
But as for
and
Butters,
he has, like the worst costume ever.
Butters is the gullible child from South Park whose parents are always grounding him for no reason, and he always goes along, with whatever Cartman is doing, even though he really shouldn't. Pretty simple, but basically, so I'm going to be using the '60s cartoon version of Electro.
Oh yeah, best Electro.
Crossed with the version from the great show on YouTube, Spider Dub, where a guy dubs over the '60s Spider-Man cartoon, and Electro just rhymes, and he's just an asshole the whole time. So Electro decides to go to South Park. This is using the continuity from our Dwight Schrute battle where Spider-Man is dead. He decides to go to South Park, and he's just like, yeah, fiddle-dee-dee, without light, you cannot see, and just zaps, like, the power plant, and cuts out all the power, and, like, Butters sees it happen, so he tries to, like, tell his parents, and they're like, Butters, you're grounded for making up stupid bullshit. There is no electric man with a star for a face, rhyming and shooting electricity. And he's like, oh, I gotta do something about this. So he, of course, goes to his Professor Chaos alter ego.
That's all I want to hear. I just want to know Professor
Chaos
Electro.
is when Butters dresses up as MF Doom to become a supervillain, or basically his own version of Doctor Doom, or I guess he looks most like Magneto, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's a combination of all that stuff.
It's just like his classic, supervillain alter ego, and he decides to go and take care of Electro himself. Electro, who is currently just going around like doing things like making it so that like when people touch a doorknob, it like shocks them or something. Or you know what? Maybe he's a mixture of the '60s version of Electro, but also whatever South Park's version of Electro would be. Like, you remember Bat Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, South Park's Electro is like this like fat ass like geek with like electricity going around like rhyming, but he still has Spider-Man Electro powers where he's just shocking things. Yeah, nothing like climactic or anything like that. And Butters has to go and face him. Butters is covered in tinfoil. Yeah. Which is not really good when going against an electric person. But basically, they just kind of duke it out from there, and I feel like it's pretty cut and dry. And, but Electro is not an A-list character by any means, and so Butters will probably find a way to outsmart him and be like, damn it, I lost to a child. Away I go. Away. Fiddle-dee-doo. That's what he says in this continuity. Yes. Okay. That's all I got. Electro versus Butters. I mean, I feel like it makes the most sense. Is just Butters has to be Professor Chaos, and uses a chaos beam on Electro, and eventually drives him out of South Park. The chaos beam is in reality just like a Nerf gun or something. True. And he's just like, stop that. Fine, I'll go. And that's pretty much it. And then Butters saves the day. Okay. Or Professor Chaos. Professor Chaos saves the day. With the help of General Disarray.
And Roxas.
Man, fuck Kingdom Hearts.
Oh man.
Thank you for enjoying this
Yeah.
rather underwhelming episode of Impossible vs. Men.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I bring down the quality of your show, Joseph. You know, I thought like
It's not you. It's Kingdom Hearts.
I thought I had a little bit of a flair.
I like the last one
A little bit of flair.
with the Robin Hood. The last one with Robin Hood, that was fun. But now we're just doing it again.
Oh, I need you. Oh man,
This is the Spider-Man special.
I need you to. We're gonna play Kingdom Hearts one day. I'm gonna sit you down and we're gonna play.
Are we doing a Let's Play Kingdom Hearts?
Yes.
Coming
Ooh,
never.
that's
Coming
good.
never. Let's Play
If
Kingdom
we do
Hearts.
Let's Plays, Kingdom Hearts is on the list.
Take a drink every time I hate on it.
Oh my god, my liver will explode. I wanted to use my other ones too. It would have been better. If I got to Riku, oh my god. Like his stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Kingdom Hearts is great. So yeah, so where you can catch me is if you ever want to listen to me talk about Riku for like an hour, you can go subscribe to the Young Kings podcast, the Young Kings with a Z, Young Kings podcast. The links will be down below. Our Instagram, Facebook page, Twitter, all that stuff, YouTube, and I'm pretty sure there's some episodes of me talking some Kingdom Hearts. So.
Yeah, you can also go and subscribe to the Young Kingdom Hearts with a Z podcast, where you can find Jayson just talking about Kingdom Hearts lore.
Look at you. I like
where
your
you
jokes.
can find Jayson just talking about Kingdom Hearts for hours on end. That's not a real channel, but it might have to be now.
Oh,
thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
Join us next time for who knows what. Maybe it's the Halloween episodes. Who knows at this point?
Who knows?
It all depends on when I can record.
Yeah.
Later.
Later, Gators.